Hi everyone, welcome back to another video from Wesknows Tech News and Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the THINKPLUS Livepods LP1s from Lenovo. So these earbuds are super budget. I got them for £12. That's like 15 bucks. This is super budget. But these earbuds right here, so they're true wireless, so TWS. Now they have a playback time of 16 hours. It takes just 1.5 hours to charge up the 300 milliamp hours charging case on these earbuds. They're sweatproof, they're dustproof, they've got touch controls. There is so much to tell you about these earbuds, and again for a super budget price. So let's get into the details. Now, Lenovo is known to make super budget earbuds. They've come in so many shapes and sizes, different forms, and of course, different quality of build. If we're talking about dropping them, that kind of build, then they're all excellent. They don't break, they are tough earbuds. If we talk about sound quality, well, we've had some amazing earbuds from Lenovo and some, well, quite average. Let's talk about the Livepods LP1s. Now, this might ring a bell because there was actually the THINKPLUS Livepods LP1, which were released in 2020. Now, they were so popular because they were rather good looking earbuds that there was the next generation, and this is it with the S at the end. So these were released in 2021 in February. Again, super cheap, so they didn't change the price, they didn't hike up the price. So what Lenovo did with the S model is that they tweaked the design slightly. They didn't want to make a complete makeover simply because the first model or the initial model was very popular as it is. They did improve the noise cancellations here, as well as tweak the disconnection issue, because with LP1 there was an issue that the Bluetooth would just disconnect sporadically. So they fixed it with the LP1s, and I've actually had them on for a number of days. They don't get disconnected, so that's excellent. So let's talk about the structure of this review. First, we'll get into the design of the actual case, then we'll talk about the design and build quality of the actual earbuds, then we'll talk about their features and functions, we'll talk about the sound quality for music or audio playback, and then about voice calling. So let's get into the design. Right, so in regards to design, let's start off with the box, because the case, that's great, but you only get the case once you open the box. And the box for the Lenovos is just like always, they don't look premium. It's black, it's got the red lettering, well, white lettering on a red background, just as you hear. It's just, I don't know, the Lenovo earbuds never get premium boxes. It just looks tacky, it looks cheap, just like an offhand product, which is fair enough because they are sold for very budget prices. But I guess I would expect something a bit more flashy, a bit more nice, and a bit more solid. So in the actual box, what you get is a USB-C charging cable, as well as 4 spare silicone tips for your earbuds. So we're talking about these things here, they just come in different sizes, so you find the right fit for you. Right, so now we can talk about the general design of the charging case and then the actual earbuds. Let's do it. First things first, how light is this? The case with the earbuds inside is just 48 grams. That is super light, and you can feel it. The case is just, it's so nice, it's so small. The design of it is excellent because in one way you can actually see it sort of being the usual shape where you lie it down on a surface like so, and that's why you've got the USB-C charging slot there. But no, this is actually a vertical case, so you pull it up, and the beauty of it, it's tiny, it's very small. For that size, it's very light, but it's also got 300 milliamp hours, so it is quite a powerful piece of kit. Now what I love about the design is that you can open this with one hand, well, if you really wanted to. Now you also get a very satisfying magnetic motion here when you open and close the lid. It doesn't feel tacky, which I do enjoy. I like it. So for something that you get for like 15 bucks, you get a very neat looking charging case. So you got the green light just below the brand there to tell you that you do have charge available, and that means that your earbuds are either ready to connect, or once you put them back in, they are actually charging from the charge in the actual case. But if you look at the back of the charging case, you've got this strip of metal here, aluminium. I'm not sure why it's there, to make it look sporty. I don't know what it is, but it looks absolutely awesome. And it's got the actual brand ThinkPlus written just below that. So you got ThinkPlus on the back, you've got Lenovo at the front. It just looks nice and much more expensive than what you've actually paid for it. So in regards to case design, 4.5 stars. I can't give it a 5 because I don't know what a 5 looks like, but a 5 would be just wow, fantastic. So this is a solid 4.5 stars. I love it. And you can actually see the texture here. So around you've got this glossy plastic, while on top you've got the rough plastic. So that means if you do have it lying around somewhere, the rough plastic surface will not get scratched, but you still have that nice glossy to give it a bit of that fashion statement. So 4.5 stars for the case. Now let's pull out the actual earbuds and talk about their design. Pulling the earbuds out of the case is so simple, and it's quite satisfying as well. There's no wasted space. You don't get any little holes or anything to help your fingers pull out the earbuds, but because the heads or the tips of the earbuds are so convenient to use as levers to pull them out, there's just no problem. Super easy. You can feel the magnetic function. Well, when you put the earbuds back into the case, they just slide right in. I think the design again of the case is great. The actual earbuds are also very interesting because you can see how small they are, and again how light they are. 4 grams. That's all you're looking at here. This is super light. So playback time on these is 4 hours. Your charging case gives you 3 charges. So altogether 16 hours. Let's talk about these earbuds. How do they actually look in your ear? Well, take a look. I think they look great. This shaft is not too long at all. It's just right. It's still very neat. It doesn't stick out. They are very well fitted inside your ear. The design of the head of the earbud is just right. It makes it easy to put in, easy to take out, and at the same time you don't feel the need for hooks to be in them to keep them steady while you're doing some kind of exercise like running or cycling, where you are moving about quite a bit. So let's put in the second earbud. Again, so easy to pull out. So you put it in, and there. They do block out the surrounding sound. They feel nice. They feel... So just have a look about how they actually look inside of the ear. They don't look too big. They don't look too small. I think they look just right. And again, they're so simple to adjust if you would need to do that. It's very simple to actually find them. Where do you want to touch them, where to tap them, because they've got this nice circular place, slightly bigger than the rest of the shaft, where you can actually do the touch controls. Because with the touch controls on the Lenovos, you can control your volume, you can switch to the next song, to the previous song, as well as play or stop or pick up a call. So you've got quite a lot of the touch controls on these very budget earbuds, but most importantly you've got volume control, and considering these are 15 bucks, that's pretty much amazing stuff. So we talked about the features and functions. Let's talk about sound quality, as well as sound quality for taking calls. Now the design of the LP1s is great, we have to give them that, but the sound quality, it is a problem area. Let's also give it that, because that is the truth, and these are brutally honest reviews. So I will not be saying that it has great sound quality, because it doesn't. We talk about bass, it's muddy, it's all over the show. The mids, well, I would say the mids are probably the most consistent, while treble is just a shrilling sound so really not satisfying. So you've got quite poor bass, you've got quite poor treble, but your mids are solid, but they're not solid enough to save the day. So in regards to playback for your music, for your audio streams, well, I'll tell you what, for actually listening to podcasts, it's not too bad because you don't need too much bass there, and the treble is there, but it's mostly the mids that are activated. So for listening to podcasts, you'd be fine. But if you're listening to music and you want to get, well, enjoyment from it, you probably will not be getting the max out of these ones. So even though you do have 16 hours of continuous playback from these earbuds, for sound quality, I would give it 2.5 to 3 stars. So we're saying just dead bang average, because they just, because I think the sound here is a bit subpar. It's not as good as it could be, and it's not as good as on the other Lenovos we've tested, which I've actually said is, wow, it's amazing, we've paid like $20, the sound quality is great. This one, the design is way better than the sound quality. Now let's talk about voice calls, because voice calls are very important and they do require slightly different technology being activated. Now, noise cancellation here is okay. It's not poor, it's not great, it's okay. If you're walking down a busy street and you're actually talking to someone, there will be some disturbance for the other person on the other line, but they will still be able to make out quite clearly what you are saying, and that is great. If you're taking and using these earbuds just for calling while you're at home and your PC because you're working from home, no issue whatsoever. They're great for that. So in regards to actual calls, and considering that the LP1s improved on the LP1 where there were issues with Bluetooth being disconnected, this has been fixed here. So there's no such issue anymore. And hence, for voice calling, I would say these earbuds are just a bit above average, because considering that the sound quality in general is not amazing. So I would say 3 to 3.5 stars. But again, that's not bad considering the $15 price point. So let's summarize. Case, actual earbuds design, 4 to 4.5 easy. Now in regards to sound quality, for music, 2.5 to 3 stars. Voice calling, just actually the transmission of the call, there is no disconnecting of your actual earbuds from your phone or any other device you're using, I would say that's okay. So that potentially pushes it up from a 3 star to a 3.5 star. There we go, that's the Lenovo LP1s, the all-new addition to this series from Lenovo, released in February 2021. Thanks for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, please drop me a like, and if you want to see more of the same, please hit the red subscribe button below the video, and I'll see you in the next one.